Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris Stallings. You might know me here on YouTube as MarauderEX, and I'm your host for Operation Recap, as what seems to be always, because I love doing the show. It's so much fun. So we've got a couple of stories that may have slipped through the cracks this week. I'm going to bring you those stories so you can check them out on Rainfall. And as always, check out the Operation Rainfall channel. Check out OperationRainfall.com for all of your gaming news goodness. Starting off for this week's stories that may have slipped through the cracks. PlayStation All-Stars fans, there's a campaign going on to get Spyro and Crash Bandicoot as playable characters. Now, they are kind of the mascots of the old school PlayStation era. Crash Bandicoot was the 3D contender against Mario 64, but they were made by third-party developers. They were not actually Sony-related licenses. Most of the games that they were on were always Sony consoles up until, more recently. Original Spyro games were on PS1, original Crash games were on PS1, and then they started migrating to PS2, etc., etc. There's a huge fan campaign going on trying to get the attention of the Montreal studio that is now taken over for Crash Bandicoot, or not Crash Bandicoot, for PlayStation All-Stars. I did an article on that earlier. I'll probably link that as well, that Sony's taken over development over for that IP, so it's a little weird there. But the fans really want these classic Sony characters in the game, and I can understand why. So yeah, check that out if you want to sign their fan organization to say add your name to. Hey, I want this. All the links to that are going to be in the article. Check it out and see what you think. I mean, personally, if I think of a Sony game, I think of Crash Bandicoot, really. I mean, especially old school Sony. PS1 mascot was totally Crash Bandicoot. Can't go wrong with Crash. Next, this is actually a really interesting article. Best Buy and Walmart have a listing for Xenoblade on the Wii U. You can even pre-order this? What? It could be one of many things. We don't know. It could be that it's just a kind of mislabeled SKU. It could be that it's an HD remake. It could be that there's a second printing of the Wii game that's just going to be rebranded as a Wii U title. Nobody knows. It's all up in the air. All that we know is you can technically pre-order it. It is available. At least it is as of the time of recording this. By the time this video goes up, it may have been taken down. It may be that it is just a direct oversight. It's hard to say. I don't know, but it's blowing my mind that these two major retailers have a Wii U SKU for Xenoblade, especially since Xenoblade was released only through Nintendo and GameStop, making it kind of hard to get a hold of in some places, and because it was a very limited run, has caused the price to shoot up on it. Its original MSRP was $49.99. You'd be lucky if you can find it for $80 at this point, if you're going your typical eBay, Amazon route. Some places may be even more expensive. So, if it's a reprint, that's always a good thing because that gets the game out to more people. If it's an HD remake, that's even better because then it's going to take advantage of the Wii U's abilities. Or it could just be a mislabeled SKU because remember, Monolith does have another Xeno game coming out, codenamed X. It could be that that's it and they've just got a placeholder SKU. It's really hard to say, but it's a fantastic rumor nonetheless. Hopefully it generates enough buzz for Nintendo and Monolith to continue pumping out such great games like Xenoblade. Not that I'm biased or anything working for Rainfall, but I'm gonna go with it. Next up, are you a fan of, what's the best description for these games? Micromanagement, farm simulators that's not Farmville? Harvest Moon is a good game. And there's also a spin-off that was coming out called Project Happiness. They've actually released a trailer and confirmed that the name has changed to Hometown Story. Names don't really mean anything, it's the gameplay. And from what the trailer shows, the gameplay footage looks very similar to what you would expect a Harvest Moon series, or Harvest Moon franchise-esque game to be like. So that's actually good news because it means the project's not dead, because it was kind of in limbo for a little bit. No news had come out of it for a while. It had been talked about from Project Happiness, but news is good news in this case. So continue on with that. If you are a fan of the series, check that out. I love old school Harvest Moon. I liked it more than Animal Crossing because it actually stopped, and Animal Crossing just made me feel depressed when I stopped playing it for months on end, and the people asked me where I went for 3 years, and that just kind of, no. Harvest Moon, yes. So anything that continues on that franchise is right okay with me. And the last story, which is another really interesting one, and one that I'm following very closely, Square Enix has announced Thief for PC and next-gen consoles, which we can only assume means PS4 and the upcoming Xbox, whatever its designation is. I've heard rumors that it's just Xbox. I've heard rumors that it's Xbox 720. Who knows? But it's the next X-Gen Xbox and PC. Thief, for those of you who don't know, is a very old-school PC stealth-based game. Really well done. The game rewards you for more stealth rather than action-oriented combat. In fact, it penalizes you in some places for that. So it takes a lot of the stealth aspects that are seen in games like Deus Ex, and makes that the core focus. And the fact that they are doing another game in the franchise, this is not a remake of one of the original games, this is a brand new IP, or a brand new entry in the IP, not a remake from what Square Enix has said. So that's the only information they've given. They have not given a window for release date, they've not given any other specs in terms of what engine it's going to be running off of, what you can expect from it, nothing like that, just that it is a new title, and that it will carry the same character from the original series, which that in itself is just a huge kick to the nostalgia. So yeah, those are the stories that I'm reporting on this week. Your question for this week, how do you guys feel about newer entries versus HD remakes? Thief, new entry, Kingdom Hearts 1.5, HD remake. Would you prefer to see brand new content, or for a nostalgia factor, would you rather go back and replay the classic games made more modernized? Answer the question as a comment below, or video response, or what have you. Just let us know what you're thinking. And let us know what you're thinking in terms of what else would you like to see from us here at Operation Rainfall in terms of content. If you have any ideas, talk to us about it. We love hearing from our fans. We love the interaction. So please feel free to message us until you're blue in the face, because it makes us happy. I'm Marauder X. I will catch you guys later.